The moment started like any other sunny Saturday morning in our quiet suburban cul-de-sac. Birds chirped lazily, a soft breeze nudged the blinds, and I stood behind the coffee machine, mechanically grinding beans while listening to the faint hum of a lawnmower down the street. The smell of roasted coffee beans filled the kitchen, comforting in its familiarity, as though nothing in the world could penetrate the fragile normalcy of our domestic bubble. Then it happened. Through the kitchen window, I saw her, my wife, Jenna, leaning against the railing of our porch, laughing, holding a cup of tea with the effortless ease that used to make my heart leap. Her voice carried across the driveway to the neighbor's yard where Mr. Kavanagh, our elderly, conservative neighbor, was tending his roses. "Oh, come on," she said with a teasing lilt. "If I could trade husbands for a day, I'd pick someone taller, richer, maybe with better jokes." I froze mid-pour, coffee ground spilling slightly onto the counter. It was a joke. I knew it was a joke. But the way Mr. Kavanagh's face stiffened, his jaw tightening, made my chest clench. He didn't laugh. Instead, he walked closer, cane tapping the concrete rhythmically. His voice was low, deliberate, almost frightening in its calmness. "Jenna, do you really mean that?" She blinked, confusion flashing across her face. "Oh, Mr. Kavanagh. I was just kidding," she said, the laugh forced, the sparkle gone. He leaned closer, eyes narrowing. "Are you sure?" A small, uneasy laugh escaped her, but the tension was undeniable now. I stood frozen, coffee forgotten, as a slow, creeping unease settled into my chest. Something about the way he looked at her, like he'd seen something nobody else had, made me feel naked. Later that afternoon, I tried to rationalize it. Of course she was joking. Jenna always joked like that. It was her way of breaking the monotony, of teasing me. But a seed of doubt had been planted, small and insidious, burrowing into the corners of my mind. I started noticing things. Minor slips, her phone always face down, subtle texts that made her smirk behind her hand, a sudden interest in working late at the office. I told myself it was paranoia, a ridiculous overreaction. But still, that seed grew. The real unraveling began one evening when we hosted a casual dinner with friends. Jenna, radiant and confident, told another joke, this time about me misplacing my wallet so often she could sell my identity for fun. Laughter erupted around the table, but my attention was elsewhere. I caught her phone buzzing on the counter. A name popped up, Lucas, and she quickly silenced it, tucking the device under her chair. My stomach twisted. I didn't recognize the name. After dinner, she went to the kitchen to clean up. I followed, feigning casual curiosity. "Who's Lucas?" I asked, voice steadier than I felt. "Just a friend from work," she replied, brushing past me, her hands wet with soapy water. "Nothing you need to worry about." But worry was exactly what I did. The next week, subtle signs multiplied. She seemed distracted during our conversations, absent-mindedly pressing buttons on her phone. A faint perfume lingered that wasn't hers. At first, I ignored it, telling myself love doesn't thrive on suspicion. But the memory of Mr. Kavanagh's serious expression returned every time I smelled that fragrance, a warning echo in my mind. One night, unable to sleep, I followed her when she claimed she was going to a late meeting. My heart pounded against my ribs as I watched her park down the street, then disappear into a small, dimly lit cafe. Through the window, I saw her sitting close to a man, Lucas, indeed, laughing, touching his arm in a way that made my stomach turn. The world tilted. The ground beneath me seemed unstable. I retreated to my car, breathing heavily, fury and heartbreak mingling in a toxic swirl. How could she? How could we be so blind? And yet, a part of me wanted to believe it was innocent. Maybe a friendly gesture, a casual laugh, but deep down, I knew. Weeks later, confrontation became unavoidable. She was on the porch again, phone in hand, pretending to text. I stepped outside, the evening air heavy with tension. "Jenna, who's Lucas?" I demanded, voice low, controlled. She stiffened, lips pressing into a thin line. I don't know what you mean." My hands shook. "I saw you. At the cafe. Laughing, touching, like he was more than a friend." Her eyes watered, confusion giving way to guilt. She opened her mouth, then closed it, swallowed something heavy, and finally whispered, I didn't mean for you to find out this way. The next hour was a hurricane of confessions, denials, sobs, and anger. The betrayal was undeniable. Weeks of secret meetings, intimate texts, stolen moments that had never been meant for me. My mind raced, trying to make sense of it, but the shock was a physical weight, pressing down, suffocating. Yet, amid the hurt and the rage, I felt something else, an odd clarity. I realized that the joke, the public tease on that sunny morning, had been a breadcrumb. Maybe she had tested the waters, seeing if anyone noticed her cracks in loyalty. Or maybe it was just irony, a cruel twist that life had served me. Mr. Kavanagh's words echoed back. Are you sure? Yes. I was sure. She had betrayed our trust. Our vows. And yet, a part of me, the part that loved her, still wanted an explanation, a reason, a way to fix the shattered pieces of our marriage. I left the porch that night, heart aching, mind racing. Trust wasn't just broken, it was in ruins. And for the first time, I understood the terrifying fragility of love. How laughter could hide betrayal, how a joke could be the warning before the storm, and how one neighbor's serious gaze had been the only clear-eyed truth in a world of deception. Jenna followed me inside, silent, guilt radiating from her like heat from a flame. I didn't know if we would survive this. I didn't know if I wanted to. But I did know one thing. The seed of doubt had grown, and there was no uprooting it now.